Hey, have you heard that next year we're going to take the SAT instead of the iStep Plus? What's up with that?
Yeah, I already took the SAT earlier this year though for my graduation pathway, and I did a good job on it. I'm not sure if I even have to take it again.
There's the school counselor. Let's ask him. Hey, Mr. Simmons, is it true that we need to take the SAT to graduate?
Well, you both will have to take the SAT as juniors. In spring of your junior year, all Indiana juniors will be taking the SAT. The reason that everyone has to take it is that those results are used for accountability to evaluate school performance.
Even if I already took the SAT?
Yes, even if you already took it.
Doesn't the SAT cost money to take?
I'm not sure my parents will want to pay for it again since I already did well.
When you take the test the spring of your junior year, it is paid for by the state. You and your parents don't need to pay for the opportunity to take it. And you get to send your scores to up to 4 colleges and universities.
Okay, so I guess we do have to pass the SAT to graduate.
Not exactly. See, for years, Indiana has had a graduation qualifying exam, the Grade 10 iStep Plus. The class of 2022 is the last group of students that needed to pass the graduation qualifying exam in order to graduate. Some students for the last few years have been graduating by graduation pathways. But if students weren't on a pathway, if they didn't pass the iStep Plus, they could still graduate by qualifying for a waiver from that requirement, as long as they met the criteria.
My older brother graduated with a waiver.
Starting with the class of 2023, all students will be on graduation pathways, so you won't have to take the iStep Plus.
But we have to take the SAT instead? Isn't that just another graduation qualifying exam?
I understand why it seems that way, but the big difference is that if you don't get the benchmark score on the SAT, you aren't required to take it again in order to graduate.
But I took the SAT and it was one of my requirements for my graduation pathway. So if I didn't pass it, wouldn't I have needed to take it again?
There are 3 main requirements for the graduation pathways. First is you have to complete your credits to earn a diploma. There are 4 diploma designations: Core 40, Academic Honors, Technical Honors, and General.
We're both on track for that.
Yeah, my class grades are pretty good.
In addition to classes, students have to learn and demonstrate employability skills. There are 3 options for the second requirement: a project-based experience, a service-based experience, or a work-based experience. These skills are demonstrated by some sort of work product that the school gets as a record. These work products can take a variety of forms: a presentation, a letter of employment verification, a resume, a reflection on the experience. There are a lot of options.
What about the SAT?
That comes up in the 3rd requirement: post-secondary ready competencies. Passing the SAT is one way to meet this 3rd requirement, but it's not the only way. If you don't pass the SAT, you can try it again if you want to, or you can try to demonstrate the post-secondary ready competencies through one of the other options. To qualify for graduation, students don't have to keep taking the SAT over and over if they haven't passed it.
My brother had to take the iStep every year to get a waiver to graduate. Students don't have to do that anymore?
Right. There are several paths to meet each requirement, so each student is able to complete a pathway to graduation that's right for them.
I see what you did there.
And if a student has trouble completing a post-secondary readiness competency by the end of their senior year, so long as they've tried at least 3 separate ones, they can probably qualify for a waiver from the post-secondary readiness competency requirement.
Wow, so there are a lot of different options for how to qualify for graduation. I don't need to be nervous that if I don't pass the SAT, I won't be able to graduate.
Remember, you do have to take the SAT, and you should certainly try your best on it. But there are a lot of other ways to qualify for graduation. Not passing the SAT won't keep you from graduating, so long as you're willing to work at the other methods.
Thanks, Mr. Simmons, for explaining that to us. We need to be getting on to our next class.
Yeah, and I'm going to begin studying for the SAT. I'd love to do great on it and get that requirement out of the way.
Good luck! Check out these other resources for graduation requirements in Indiana.